Yeah, so basically we drove it in and checked for rub, and we didn't have any rub. So now what I'm going to do is go around it with a tape measure on the front here and make sure it's even. And then we're going to do somewhat of an alignment with it. I have this level here, so I went to the back and measured it till it's level. And then you stick it on here and level it out to the back, and as you can see, we need to be about like right there. And as you can tell with the wheel anyway, and then we'll be exactly even with the one in the back. And then what I'll do is take some string and go around all four, and then we'll do the toe in and toe out. So that's where we're at now. You pretty much have to kind of align it yourself after you do a lift kit or a lowering kit. It's the same. So that's what we're going to do here. Keep watching. Alright, so basically to get the caster, it's not really too bad. If you got one of these little bubble levels, you just put it back there in the center, in the back, level it out, and then you take it up here and pretty much even it out with the ones in the back. And then you don't have to take the tire off to do this, but I did it for demonstration purposes here. And I jacked this up so like it was laying on the ground, to try to get it to where it would normally sit. And then all you have to really do is loosen both of these up. You don't have to take them all the way off. And then you have these little roller casters here that are pretty easy to adjust. So we need to go out as far as we can go here, pretty much. And we might end up bottoming out, which looks like what we're about to be doing. So you can see we need just a hair bit more, really. But that ain't too bad. At least we're in the ballpark, and it's pretty much as far as she's gonna go. That's the reason why when they tell you lower it, that you might have to get different casters here to get it just right. Or I've seen where you can take a Dremel and Dremel that out just a little bit to get you a little bit more. Alright, as you can see on our bubble here, we're pretty much maxed out on how far we can bring her out. As you can see, it's just, it ain't a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, we're talking couple 30 seconds difference. So let's see how it does. If anything, I can try to trim that out a little bit. But that does it for the caster. That's about the best way I found to do it. And I've tried to take my trucks to multiple alignment places, and because they're lowered, a lot of places don't want to touch it. Especially if you start running wheels that are not set for factory. It's like they got so much red tape nowadays. And then they'll say that they actually did an alignment and it doesn't feel any different than when I brought it in the shop. So I'm like, yeah, they just fudged it. And I pay $50 to $70 or whatever and then sent me out the door. So I ended up just doing it myself. And I did it on the lifted truck, and I did it on the general outside. I've never had any uneven tire wear yet, so it works. Might be 1950s technology, but it works. So I'm going to break this nut loose on this steering rod here, because that's what we'll be adjusting next for the toe in and toe out. As you can see, we're towed in a little bit too much, so we're going to have to draw it out to get it straight with the back, and make sure you keep your wheel centered while you're doing this, and you should be good to go. Alright, so here's the string method that I use. I basically take my 4 jack stands and I run the cord all the way around, as you see here, and you make it even with the back wheel. And as you can see here with the string, see how we're towed in quite a bit and the string's not touching on both sides of the tire. So you're basically going to keep your steering wheel straight, loosen your steering tie rod, and adjust this out until you got it exactly straight and the string is touching both front and back on the back tire and front and back on this tire. And as you can see, this one's basically the same way. We went from lifted to lowered, so that's pretty obvious. it would be towed in. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna bust the steering rod here and we'll turn it out. So let me get the proper tools and I'll bring y'all right back. Alright, so you can see now we got this one right on the money. So we're going to tighten this side up. And move to the other side, and I'll show you all the other side. So that is it there. Alright, so that is it for the alignment episode here. That pretty much basically gets you close enough, in my opinion, to where it ain't going to wear the tire. Felix, you see the neighborhood cat. Yeah, I did this with, I did it with the lifted truck and I did it with the General, and I haven't had any tire wearing issues because you know those wheels back there, they're always level and straight, so if you match them to that, should be good. So anyway, that does it for this episode of the alignment. Make sure and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, always keep it simple, keep it sweet. See you again. I wanted to show you all the measurements here. So we're about 33. And exactly about 33. So I had to adjust the passenger side torsion bar just a little bit more than the driver's side. I heard that was a typical Chevy thing with the torsion bars, so just to get them to be even. Now the back is about an inch higher right now because it's sitting on the frame. Axle's on the frame because I haven't did these notches yet, so that'll be tomorrow's routine. But we pretty much got her straight now. She's good to go with the steering wheel straight. we're about almost ready to fly.